Hey guys, this is Kitt, and you probably know me from other videos of me and my alters. I have DID, which is dissociative identity disorder, and it used to be called multiple personality disorder or split personality disorder. I also have psychosis on top of it, schizoaffective disorder, major depression disorder, some anxiety disorders, and something else that I can't remember right now. Oh well. Who cares about that one? I'm on like 8 different medications for all of it, and things are going well right now. Well, somewhat. Well, they're going as good as they can be, put it that way. I mean, I haven't had to go back to the hospital in about 2 months, so that's great and everything. I guess I'll just be talking to you today since I have no songs for you. I tried to record Sugar We're Going Down Swinging, and it did like this weird little monotone voice instead of my voice. I'm not if an alter was there or something happened with my computer or something, so if this does a monotone voice and it sounds really strange and kind of creepy, I'm sorry. Anyway, so I guess I'll explain what DID is for those who don't know it. DID is when you have multiple people in your head, like, okay, it's kind of like you have many people up here, but you all share one body and everything. So I could be considered an alter if I wanted to be, but alters are generally the name that they give themselves because they're like an alternate personality of you or something like that. It's not alter egos. Alter egos are way different than alternate personalities and everything. But anyway, alters are just the name that we give our other selves, and our other selves can range between ages like of our age or way younger than us or sometimes way older than us. I know I have a 52 to 63-year-old. He rapidly goes between the two ages. Sometimes he's 52, sometimes he's 63, so, you know. But he looks like he's 19 because he's a vampire, and that was the other thing I was gonna get at. Alters aren't exactly all human. Alters can be things called otherkins, which means that they could be vampires, werewolves, they could be part cat, they could be a rock, they could be a computer. You know, it just depends on whatever form that your mind thinks will help you the most is what they take on. There's also things called fictives. Well, I shouldn't call them things, I'm sorry. There's also alters called fictives. Fictives are where it's like a fictional character, whether it be from your writing that you've been doing for years, or whether it be a character from a storybook you've heard of, a movie, a folk tale, something, anything, I don't care. But fictives are basically when an alter takes on the role of this fictional character so that you don't feel so awkward around them or anything. It doesn't make them fictional. Alters who are fictives are not fictional. They are real. However, they take on a fictional character to make you feel safer, or because your brain actually goes off of input, that's the input they've been getting, and so they just take on that role. I mean, it's actually easily explainable, and not many people know that. They want to call fictives fictional, but they're not fictional, they are real. Alters are real people. Alters, they live within you because, I mean, if you think about it, we all live within our minds anyway, and so they're just there. They are there to take on the abuse that you could not handle. They're there to help you through abuse that you may be going through. They're there to help you through daily life when you feel stressed out, when you feel upset, when you feel angry. They're there. They're always there for you. And although some alters may seem like they're against you sometimes, they're actually trying their very best to please you, to please the system, to help the system in any way that they can, because that's what they feel like they need to do. And maybe that's not true for all alters. I'll give it to them that they do have their own personalities, so You know, you can't say that all altars are going to be beneficial. Some of them may be downright murderous, and that's where you get some serial killers from. And, you know, I'm not going to say that's okay, but at the same time, you can't really blame these people because it's not exactly them who are doing it. Anyway, so I have 7 altars plus myself. My name is Kitt. I'm the host. The host just means I'm simply out the most. That's it. That's all it means. There's no other, like, special thing that goes with it. I guess the only other thing that you could identify the host with is the fact that I'm under the name that I was born with. I was born with the name Kaylin, and that's my real name, but I call myself Kitt because that's what all my friends call me, that's what all my altars call me, that's just what I call me, you know. It just goes without saying, Kitt is just my nickname. So, anyway, I have Leo, who has been with me since before I was 7 years old. He is my protector as well as the protector of the whole system. He came through some abuse that I'm not really gonna name and everything. I mean, I'm not gonna get too personal into my life. You just know that I went through some crap, that's it. And I mean, I went through a lot of hospitalizations because of everything. I've been through a lot of therapy. I'm still going to therapy, but anyway. I'm not here to gain your pity. I'm not here to want you to apologize to me or say, I'm so sorry you've been through all this or anything like that. I don't want that. I'm just as good as anyone else. I am just as normal as anyone else. It's just I have a few people in my head that shouldn't be there, I guess. Well, it's not that they shouldn't be there. It's more of they're there and I'm aware of them. Maybe some of you are going through the same thing, and you hear these people and you are just trying to ignore them because society has made them so bad, but they're not bad. They're actually very good for you, and you shouldn't ignore them. You should embrace them and actually talk back to them. Unless they're telling you to kill someone, then you need to tell them shut up. You know. I have some alters that tell me that sometimes, you know, but I've been trying to teach them as if a kid, you know, that killing is not right, hurting other people is not right, hurting yourself is not right. You know, you just have to set the boundaries, and eventually they catch on. Anyway, so I have Leo, who has been with me the longest, and he is very, very artistic. Let me see if I have anything of his right now. He gives most of his pictures away, but he is drawing a fairy right now, if you can see that. A fairy. Here's the other fairy. He is very artistic, and he looks at pictures and can just draw it like that. I mean, it's freaking amazing. I have Sarah, who's been with me since I was 7. She is very childish. She goes from the ages 9 to 15. Sometimes she's 15, sometimes she's 9, sometimes she's younger than 9, sometimes she's 12, sometimes, you know, whatever. She is called an age slider. That is what an altar is called when they slide between ages like that. She is also very much into pink, very much into unicorns, and she loves tea parties, although Leo does not like her tea parties. Leo has mainly been the one in charge of her because Leo and them have just this brother-sister kind of bond kind of thing. It's real cute. Anyway, I then have Albie, who is fairly new. Albie is part cat. She is a otherkin. She loves yarn. Of course, she likes to chase little mice. Occasionally she kills them, and it's kind of gross to watch, but she does have a tail. Her skin color is orange. She looks like a orange striped cat. She does have whiskers. She has cat ears, cat eyes. but she's also partially human, so she does have human hands and human feet, and so, you know, she can do everything a human can do, but she prefers the cat ways and everything, mainly because she's mostly cat. But then there's Lauren Jones. Lauren Jones is actually one of my characters that I've been creating for 8 years now. Although, to be perfectly honest, she was there during my 6th grade before I created her as a character. I based my character off of the voice in my head, and it happened to be her voice. And so she likes to tell me she's not my creation. She was there before I created this Lauren Jones and everything, but she has taken on the role of Lauren Jones. She's been there with me through my 6th grade year. I am now a graduate from high school. I will attend Athens Tech this year and get my CNA license. There's Piper Dollander, who I did not create. She is a character that my friend actually created for Lauren. Lauren's best friend, plus now they're fiancés and everything. It's real sweet, actually. But Piper Dollander, she's very quiet. She's a thinker, definitely a thinker. Lauren is more loud. Even though she is a thinker, she expresses her feelings. She's not shy. She will tell you what is on her mind. Whereas Piper might hold back, and she might tell you in a different way. Anyway, there's Novek, who is sometimes 63, sometimes he's 52. He is a vampire, which means he is an otherkin. He's also a fictive. And he comes from my book. He has a little statistic statistic, yeah, is that it? I don't know how to say that word, but anyway, he has a very kind of psychopathic side, put it that way. He enjoys pain, he enjoys murder, he likes to read about it, he likes to write about it, he likes to perform it in my head sometimes. I have to sit there and watch him, and it's not pleasant all the time to get images like that. I don't think any of you will ever know what it's like unless you've seen it yourself, to watch people around you die and think that it's real. Although it's not real, it's actually NPC characters, non-player characters that are in my head, which NPC characters are just, they're just people there that aren't alters. They're just kind of there for the inner worlds that the alters live in. NPC characters can play a role. They sometimes can be talkative, sometimes though they're just like robots and they don't talk, they just move, you can't see their face, that kind of stuff. So then Novek's also not shy about what he wants to say. He will say it straight to your face. He likes to curse. He very much loves violence, that kind of stuff. And then lastly, there is Scotto Smitten. Scotto Smitten is one of my alters that was there before I created his character, of course. He's 15 in my head, although he's actually around 20 or 19 or something in the chat rooms that I do with him. But he is a wizard. He attends Hogwarts, and I know you're gonna think now, oh, this girl is loony. And maybe I am, but, you know, this is the character that I had based him off of, because he just said, I'm from Hogwarts, I am a wizard, I'm a Muggle-born, this is my life, and he would tell me all about his life, and I would be able to just write it down perfectly. I would be able to just have interactions between them and everything, and it was really cool. It really does help your character development to have a actual person sitting right there in your mind telling you exactly what they would do. but he was one of my first characters that I ever put on a role-playing site, even though he was an alter. He is very active. He's very childish. He and Sarah get along very well. He also likes lemons. Weird Viking, I know. But he loves lemons. He's very hyperactive. Very funny sometimes, but he's also very stupid. He gets himself in situations where he just should not be in them. He should think more and everything, but he doesn't tend to think before he acts. He just acts. And sometimes that's not always the best thing. So his fiance, well actually his husband, they got married, is Simon Smith. Simon Smith is not an alter of mine. He is an NPC character. However, Simon Smith is another character created by my friend, and he happens to be an NCP character in my head and everything. Anyway, that's all my alters for right now that I know of. Well, there was a couple that were debating on whether they're alters or not, but for right now we aren't sure, so I'm not going to share them. I'll leave that to Leo if he wants to share this information or anything. I know you're probably sitting here thinking, when is this video gonna be over, because you've been talking for like 16 minutes now straight to me. But I don't actually know when it's gonna be over. You're just gonna have to bear with me a little bit longer. Let's see, what else should you know about the ID? The ID is not like they show it on TV. It's not guaranteeing that we're serial killers, that we're just completely nuts and everything. Actually, most people with DID live normal lives. DID can be very severe where you need to be in a hospital, but DID can also be very mild and you can live a mostly normal life and just have people occasionally that talk to you, that come out in situations when you're scared. And what I mean by come out is that they can switch. And what I mean by switch, I mean like they can take over your body. For instance, if I'm in a very stressful situation, Leo tends to take over. He comes out and am no longer Kitt, I'm Leo. And so when he comes out, he identifies himself as Leo. He has the personality of Leo. He thinks just like Leo because he's Leo. He's not Kitt anymore. Kitt is somewhere off in the inner world, or else she's just blacked out and everything. And either sometimes he'll tell me what happens later, or sometimes I can actually see what he's doing while he's doing it. It's kind of cool. When they are with you and talking, and or else they're just kind of sitting there, but you can feel them, it's called co-conscious. And so there's co-conscious mostly throughout the day. In my days, I am co-conscious with nearly everyone. Everyone in the freaking world. Anyway, I think that's enough. If you guys have questions, please feel free to post them, and I will answer them in another video, or else I'll answer them straight up in form of texting or whatever. I don't really know what it's called. Oh well, who cares? This video has been long enough, but thank you for listening. Bye!